Good morning, students. This class is for class 5 and your subject is science. In our last class, we had already started our first chapter, that is plant reproduction. Here we have seen that when we show a seed inside or under the soil, a seedling appears. Then the seedling develops root and a shoot. Then the baby plant grows and leaves appear. This process we have seen in our last class, and today we are going to learn new plant from seeds. Parts of a seed. Here we will learn parts of seed. The outer hard covering of the seed is called seed coat. Seed coat is which one? The outer hard covering of the seed. You can see sometimes the seed coat is in green color, sometimes it's in brown color. The outer covering is called seed coat. It protects the internal parts of the tiny baby plant called embryo. The tiny baby plant is called embryo. It protects the internal part of the seed. On removing the seed coat, we find two parts attached together. When we remove the seed coat, this green color seed coat, here you can see outer layer is the seed coat and inside it is cotyledon. When we remove the seed coat, we find two parts attached together. These are called seed leaves or cotyledons. These things, it is called cotyledons. Cotyledons, okay. When we split them open, we find a small greenish appearance which is the beginning of the baby plant. It is called embryo. This baby plant has a tiny shoot and a tiny root. If you look it properly, you will see there are two parts. One is tiny baby shoot and another is root. Food for the baby plant is stored in the cotyledon. Food is stored here in the cotyledon. As long as the baby plant does not grow green leaves, it gets food from the cotyledon itself. Understood? Some plants have one cotyledon and some have two. Plants with one cotyledons are called monocot plant. Examples are maize, wheat, rice, onion, lily. These are all monocot plant. Okay. Monocot plant means plant whose seed have only one cotyledon. Now, plants with two cotyledons are called dicot plants. Plants whose seed have two cotyledons are called dicot plants. Example, gram, pea and beans are dicot plants. After this, germination. Germination of seeds. The process of a seed growing into a new plant is called germination. Germination is the process of a seed growing into a new plant. The suitable conditions needed for the seeds to germinate are air, water and warmth. Warmth is the hotness. A germinating seed needs air to breathe. Water is needed to make the seed coat soft. The cells of the seed become active due to warmth. These conditions, air, water and warmth, is needed for the proper germination. Up to this much I will explain today in this class. So students, you will go through this portion. Okay. Now we will watch a small interesting video on seed germination.
It's time to work. I know.
Aha.
I will get the seed.
The life of a plant begins from a tiny seed. The seed is protected by an outer covering called a seed coat. The seed contains a small baby plant called an embryo.
Let's sow the seed. Wait, I have some conditions.
Conditions required for the growth of a seed are moisture, warmth, nutrient-rich soil, sunlight, good quality seed. Once these conditions are satisfied, the seed begins to grow. The seed absorbs water from the soil. And provides moisture to the embryo. The plant cells inside the seed start duplicating. Enzymes get activated. Embryo starts getting nourishment. The first sign of growth is a tiny root which comes out of the seed.
Hey, I'm Mr. Root. Let us study the process of germination.
With more and more nourishment, the embryo starts growing.
Oh, sunlight. It's time for photosynthesis.
Eventually, the growing plant bursts open through the seed coat in search of sunlight. To start its own process of photosynthesis. Once the seed coat falls off, the root starts growing downwards to anchor the seed. And to search for more food and nutrients from the soil. Meanwhile, the shoot also starts growing upwards towards the light. Soon, we see a baby plant with tiny leaves. This process of the growth of a seed into a plant is called germination.
Aha!